Hey, welcome to Jofer Jeff. I'm Jeff.
I'm Chris.
And I invited my son to rewatch a movie with me. This is from 2012. It's called The Sleeper. I saw it when it was originally out and I kind of trashed it. And I was actually on Twitter talking to one of the stars of the movie. I thought maybe I was being a little harsh. I decided I'll rewatch it again and see if my opinion had changed. And I invited my son Chris to watch it with me. So, here's the plot. A group of sorority sisters back in 1981 are being terrorized with obscene phone calls and threats by an unknown killer. One by one they start disappearing over the course of the movie. Chris, what did you think?
I thought it was a decent slasher, and it sort of went like the Black Dynamite, where it was really trying to make you believe it was a period film.
In fact, yeah, I think the filmmakers truly love early 80s slashers, and they went out of their way to make it feel like it was 1981, and I think they really succeeded for the most part. If the plot sounds familiar to you, I'm not going to lie, it is a complete rip-off of Black Christmas. Down to the phone calls, the creepy killer and his weird conversations. I can handle homage, but this is just straight rip-off. And that's what I criticized the movie originally about. Rewatching it again, I do see some good things about the movie. It's really well made. The people who made it, you obviously can tell they love slasher movies, and I think they did a great job. The acting's really good. Some of the characters, I can tell, were probably just friends of the production crew instead of real actors. There are some plot holes too, and some characters do incredibly dumb things, like nobody calls the police at all. Characters disappear and nobody thinks to call the police until like hours or days later. One of the first characters to die is played by Jessica Cameron. She's killed in her room, and it's never really explained how the killer gets her body out of the house, cleans up the blood, and then makes her bed so that the next morning when they check on her, nothing's amiss. Anyway, she's disappeared for like a long time, and her boyfriend is starting to get suspicious. He finally goes to the police. The police don't do anything, obviously. When they finally do something, they trace the obscene phone call, finally. Oh, it's coming from the basement of a utility building. So there are two cops there. They leave one cop there, and then one cop goes to track a killer. Did you hear me right? One cop stays at the sorority, one cop goes to check out the killer. And that's kind of one of the funnier parts of the movie, because the cop at the sorority house promptly falls asleep. Way to go. Yeah, he dies quickly. Because when the other cop is headed over to the utility building, of course, the killer's on his way to the sorority house to finish off everybody. One of the other things they missed is when the police officer finds the killer's lair, he sees the desk, he sees the pictures of all the girls, and he sees the phone. There's nobody at the desk. Oh my God, they're at the sorority house. He runs back to the sorority house. I think he's dead too, by the way.
I think he dies.
I think he dies too. I'm not remembering quite right. I'm pretty sure they both die. Anyway, the killer's already there. He dispatches the cops. He dispatches the house mother. He dispatches one of the other girls. And now it's the final girl's turn. She puts up a good fight. She gets away. He chases her around the school. Now apparently there's nobody else going to this college, because they run quite around a few buildings and they don't run into anybody. She makes it back to the utility building where the killer's lair is, because apparently that's the only building open. Finds her way down to the closet. She finds the killer's lair where the other cop had just found it, and suddenly there's a body sitting at the chair. Now I'm not sure who put the body there, because the killer was already at the sorority house when the cop found it and there was no body there. She makes it back before the killer and suddenly there's a body there. Nobody explains that part. Hey, if you've seen the movie and you can explain it to me, please let me know. Anyway, they have their final killer, final girl showdown, and of course, she wins. And of course they have their final scene. She's at the hospital. They dragged poor Joe Briggs into this movie. I know he's in the movie for like 2 minutes, but still. Really, Joe? Anyway, she gets, of course, the final phone call. Oh my God, he's still alive. She screams, end of movie. I'm a little torn on the movie. I love it when people who love slasher movies make movies, because you can kind of tell their heart's in the right place. And they did make a really good movie with some really good scares, some really good scenes. It looks great. Good acting. The killer is really creepy. It's still a straight ripoff of Black Christmas. In the end, it's just a ripoff. And you'll catch yourself going, that's already been done before. Homage is one thing. Just copying another movie is kind of another. I wish they'd been more original. I wish they'd kind of changed up things a little bit. In the end, I'm willing to forgive that because I had a good time watching it. Did you have a good time watching it?
Yes, I did.
See, are you going to remember this movie now for a while?
Yeah, I think so, but I'm probably more going to remember it for its creepy theme.
It does have a Halloween-esque type theme, and it generally does send a creepy mood throughout the entire movie. One of the things I have to warn you about, there's a dance number in the movie. Some of the kids are at a bar or a club or something like that, and the DJ plays this one song, and they all do this one dance number. And it's like She's All That all over again. Kind of funny actually, but it just feels a little bit out of place. So I'm going to recommend this movie. Chris, are you going to recommend it?
Yes.
Like I said, this guy's a creepy killer. I think he's one of the best I've seen in quite a while. You'll never be more afraid of a hammer after this movie. So I'm going to recommend it again. So, special shout out to Jessica Cameron. You were awesome in the movie. Sorry you died first. Any comments, please leave them below. Thanks for watching, and if you like this video, please like and subscribe. Once again, I'm Jofer Jeff.
I'm Chris.
You have a great day.